In France, food is seasonal and you will see some new items on the menu like Cassoulet or Tartiflette, Raclette, and some winter desserts. So in this video, we'll show you what French restaurants are offering and what French people could at home, including our home. And we'll let you know what dish Parisians have rated as the #1 choice for a winter dish. Allez, on y va!
One of my favorite winter foods in France is the choucroute. And it looks like it's German because it comes from Alsace on the German border, but this is delicious. It's made with sauerkraut base and it has all different kinds of pork. There's some pork chop, some ham, some different kinds of sausages, smoked sausage, but it's all kind of deliciousness with a little boiled potato and it is divine. And a lot of people eat it with mustard on the side. I just like the flavor of the sausages with the sauerkraut and everything. People normally would have that with a Riesling wine or a beer, and I don't drink beer and I'm not a big fan of Riesling, so I just have it here with my Perrier and enjoy it with no mustard because it tastes so good just like that.
And today I tried Petit Salé aux Lentilles, which is basically pieces of pork and a sausage in lentils. And this is a typical French countryside dish. If it's a cold day outside, you have this and you're good for the rest of your day. This is a great dish. It's easy to eat. It's not complicated. Pieces of pork, a little bit of mustard. I had that with a red wine Sancerre, local French light wine. And this is a great dish. You gotta try this when you're in Paris.
And when you're here in the winter and you want something sweet, the Tarte Tatin is amazing. This is a caramelized apple dessert, baked, warm, yummy. It's often served with ice cream or whipped cream, but this one was served with a creme fraiche that was thick and just delicious. So add that one to your list of things to try. One of the dishes you need to try in Paris in the wintertime is the Coco Vamp, which is a chicken that's cooked in a wine sauce. And this one here is delicious. It's like an old grandma's recipe. It sticks to your bones and plenty of sauce to dip your bread in. It's just fabulous. And so this one had some carrots and potatoes and a chicken that fell off the bone, literally. And there's peppercorns and different spices, bay leaves, and just warms your soul. It's delicious. And this is one of those things you just have to try when you're in Paris.
And today what I tried is a cassoulet. Now cassoulet is white beans, confit canard, meat. It's just basically an old country style French stew with all kinds of good stuff in a sauce. It's perfect on a cold winter day. You're gonna have a meal like this, you know, it's you have that with baguette and it's just a stew. It's just absolutely delicious. Cassoulet. When you come to France and if you come here in the winter, you have to try this. We had a glass of red wine, Cahors, red wine from the middle of France region. Beautiful. I know this is about the 10 winter food that you need to eat in Paris, but if you're gonna have a dessert while you're in Paris in the winter, you gotta have a Profiteroles Chocolat, which is not my wife's favorite, but my favorite. Stay away from it. And it's really delicious. Vanilla ice cream and a puff pastry covered with chocolate sauce, sliced roasted almond with whipped cream. That is all. This is heaven on amazing. My wife doesn't like it at all, so.
Tartiflette is one of the winter foods you have to try when you're in France. This is something that French people make in their homes all the time. It has potatoes, it has onions and lardons, and a ton of Reblochon cheese that makes it gooey, ooey, rich and flavorful, and so delicious. And you can get it in restaurants around Paris all the time. And another great place to get it is in the markets, the Christmas markets and things. It's just
Another great winter food in France is raclette. Now you can eat raclettes in restaurants or at home, but today we ate it at home, which is a thing that a lot of French people do. They have this machine where you have little pans like this and you put your cheese in and it melts, and it's served with fresh cut hams like prosciuttos and saucisson, and then it's served with boiled potatoes and cornichons. You put your potatoes and your meat and you pour the cheese on top of it and you eat that with a cornichon, and it's absolutely delightful. It's a great dish. It sticks to your rib. It's an amazing French winter food that you have to try. Now, funny enough, raclette is one of the most popular dish in France because it's so easy to have a great party. You put this in the middle, everybody has their cheese, their meat. You open a bottle of wine or maybe two, and you have a great party. It's very easy to prepare if you have some friends over. One, you don't need to spend a fortune, and your preparation is about 10 minutes and you're good to go. So.
Another great winter food in France is fondue. And you can get it in restaurants easily. There's many around town. But in the winter months, people make this at home. Some people make it from scratch with different kinds of cheese, a little bit of white wine, and some flavorings. And you can also buy it pre-done in a grocery store. So all you have to do is come home, open the bag, and pour it in your fondue. Get some bread ready, swirl them around, have that gooey yumminess, and share it with a friend and a glass of wine. Something you need to try in Paris in the winter is mulled wine and roasted chestnuts. That's the quintessential street food in Paris. It's delicious, cinnamony, fresh, fruity, sweet, delicious. So, cheers. When it gets a little chilly in Paris, you have to have some hot chocolate. And I mean real hot chocolate, made with French chocolate. And I'm right here in the Jacobine, where it's the best hot chocolate in all of Paris. Sorry, Angelina, we got you beat. It's like drinking a chocolate bar. So good.
During winter month, you'll start to see restaurants putting on big displays of seafood, and specifically shellfish, like crabs and lobsters and oysters and shells of all kinds, on platters and on dishes. And this is special, but a common treat for Christmas and New Year celebration in France. So whether you want mussels and fries, champagne and oysters, or a full seafood platter, the best time to find this in France is between the month of November and March.